Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Heart of Manifestation, 2-day live event is starting now. I'm so happy you are here. We are also live streaming on YouTube. So I'm just going to check if everything is good there, and we are going to start. All right. Looks like we are good on YouTube. So I'm just going to wait for more people to tune in here on Zoom. And we are getting started. A couple of things. So today is day 1. Tomorrow is going to be day 2. Day 2, I'm going to be doing, this is going to be 2 p.m. EST. So it's third and can make it. It's Monday, I know, 11 a.m. You are getting replay. So everything be emailed to YouTube. So you can find it as well in the section of live streaming. And tomorrow we're going to see each other at 2 o'clock EST. Today, I want to talk about my story for those who are brand new. I also want to talk about story of someone that is very dear to me. Is one of my clients who really experienced quantum leap. He went from 10,000 to 1 million per month. So this is something that I will introduce during today's masterclass. And we are also going to cover my 7-step manifestation formula. But before I even start with that, I want to talk about my story because there are some of you who registered and they're brand new, so they don't know me. So for those, I like to introduce myself. We are also going to talk about 3 different universal laws. Law of assumption, you probably know this law. Law of attraction is the typical law, but we're also going to talk about the law of self-love, and we're going to talk about the law of vibration, because these are very important laws in my experience. And also these are the laws that I am talking about in my book, Love is the Law, because that is, in my opinion, the foundation of manifestation. And the name, the heart of manifestation, is all about what is the heart of manifestation, really. So we will dive deeper into this topic. Tomorrow we will continue more on quantum manifestation, how it's done, how it works. And so we are going to have very good event, in my opinion. We're going to dive deep into this manifestation phenomena, if you will. And really, my intention with this masterclass is to activate you. So this is all about you. It's about you. So you can become aware of your powers. You can become aware of this creator that you are. And that being said, you can manifest and create anything. And I mean it. And when I share my story, you will understand what I'm talking about, because I'm not someone who was born to wealth. I'm not someone who just somehow manifested the life of my dreams. No, something that I'm about to share with you is something that I've been studying myself for, I would say, honestly, at least 20 years. And, you know, there are a lot of people who talk about manifestation these days, right? It's a popular topic. However, if you look at their life, there is an integrity missing, right? So in my opinion, in order to talk about manifestation, in order to talk about these concepts, first, we need to understand not just how it works, not just like how this beautiful theory is, how it works, but also like to be able to apply, to be able to show that your life is that representation of these concepts. So therefore, I do want to share my story, whether it's how I manifested my business, my dream lifestyle, or even my families, because what I'm about to share with you, you can apply into every single area of your life. So if you want to manifest love, if you want to manifest more money, if you want to manifest more wealth, if you want to manifest business, if whatever it is that you want to manifest, you can use this formula to manifest it all. And I like to say, we can absolutely have it all. There are people who think, oh, you can have this or that. Wrong. You can have it all. You can have it all. And I want to be that bold, because I remember the time when in my life, there were people who basically were telling me, you can have this or that, but you cannot have happy marriage and career and successful business and you cannot make money and you cannot be good mom if you are running a business, all these conceptions, right? Like limitations, projections. And I remember the time when I was hearing this and it was just triggering me because I knew this is not true. I knew that this is wrong. And I knew that there is more. And I am the one who's choosing my reality. And so if I can have this, why can't I just have all of it? Why can't I just manifest it all? I mean, it didn't make any sense to me. Like these projections of people who were close to me, first, it was maybe impacting my reality, but then I realized, no, this doesn't sound good. This doesn't feel good. And I'm not buying into this. And the reason I'm sharing is that because if you are a successful woman, you probably can relate. Like I was someone who, okay, let's start from the beginning. In 2007, I was this immigrant who decided to move from Slovakia to US with broken English, $700 in my pocket. Just imagine that. I'm coming from small town, 5,000 people. I mean, nobody in my family done this. I didn't have any role model. I mean, this was just my pure imagination. But because I was studying these principles, manifestation itself, since I was 15, I knew that of course I can pull this off. This was like a giant quantum leap I was doing as a 24-year-old. And I landed in Chicago and I knew this is the place. So this is how I started to apply everything I'm about to teach. $100, big American dream. I was able to manifest one of the best law schools in the country, Northwestern, in Chicago. Then I became licensed attorney in New York. And because nobody wanted to hire me, I didn't have a work visa sponsor, I started my firm without any entrepreneurial skills, not knowing how to run business, but I started. And I was applying everything that we are going to talk about today into my business. Later on, I co-created this law firm, which had 3 different offices in 3 different jurisdictions. We're talking year 2011, 2012. I loved that company because my business partner was also back then my boyfriend, my partner. We didn't get along. So something that I built, something I was proud of, this firm that was featured in Forbes and other major media, suddenly was gone. And I lost everything and I started from scratch. This was 2013. I was in California, starting again from zero, not knowing how, but I knew that I wanted to create different kind of law firm. This was 2013. So I was basically working on and building a virtual law firm that was something that most of the lawyers back then didn't even know, like what virtual, how can you get clients, what are you talking about, where is your office? But I had this vision and I was pursuing that vision, applying these principles and manifesting my lifestyle as a lawyer, running law firm, virtual law firm, and traveling the world. This was my dream. And I happened to build a law firm that helped foreign investors, foreign immigrants, foreign entrepreneurs, and we brought 20 million plus to the US economy. As a result, I had permanent green card from the government. It was basically a result of me, this girl from small town in Slovakia, having this big American dream, not knowing how, but applying these principles. And this is literally the foundation. So I became a successful lawyer, running my virtual firm in a very different way than most of my colleagues, and living my dream, traveling and really having that lifestyle that I always dream of. And so this wasn't just everything, right? As a successful woman, then I was facing this challenge to manifest husband, to manifest my family. And I wasn't sure, how am I going to do this? Like I was single for 8 years. And obviously I had to do some self-discovery, self-healing journey. And as I was going within and I was literally finding or discovering myself and understanding what is that self-love all about, which was honestly, it took me a while. But as I finally discovered that power of self-love, and as I understood, like, who am I really on deeper level, not just on the surface, this successful lawyer from Slovakia turned lawyer in the United States, helping immigrants, right? This was the identity sort of. But as I went within and I really, really understood, then I opened up and I realized that there is more. There is more. And so during this time, as I was opening up and as I was going within, and I attended different retreats, mostly Vipassana meditation retreats, which are the number one. If people ask me, like, what is the number one thing you did to really awaken your truth and to understand who you are and to understand even manifestation and creation, how it works, I say, go to silence for 10 days, stay there, come out, and you will tell me. And so as I was discovering myself, as I was attending to these different retreats, meditation retreats, I was finding my truth. I was finding who I am, my calling, if you will, my true calling, if you will. One day there was a moment when I just felt like it's time to write. And there was a moment when I finally opened up to that energy, and that energy was flowing through me. And that is exactly how I was able to download and write my book, Love is the Law, which I already showed you. And this book had these principles. And some of these principles we all know. But the book was my tool to start living and applying it, not just in my business, not just in my career, but also into my personal life. And that book eventually was able to help me manifest my husband, who came out of blue. I mean, this was like pure quantum manifestation during pandemic, that I was in lockdown, I was in Europe, I was visiting Slovakia, I was visiting my parents, and he just appeared. And he bought my book. This was translated in different language in Slovakia. He bought this book and sent me a picture, and we connected, and boom, like 3 months later, I was engaged to this amazing husband, that he's my husband now. 3 months after that, we were married, and 9 months later, we welcomed our daughter. So this was quick quantum manifestation, because it was so quick that my head was spinning. And if you knew me before, you would be laughing, because, you know, I felt like building $1 million business was easier than manifesting husband of my dreams, literally. And of course, that belief had to go, and as a result, I was able to manifest him. And so I can continue. I can give you example after example, you know. After that, I launched my book. After that, I launched my coaching business, and so on. And so things were unfolding fast. Things were unfolding, and they were manifesting faster than we normally would see, because I was applying energy into manifestation. I was applying all these different universal laws into manifestation. And the more we understand it, and the more we can actually start, not just understand on intellectual level, but really feel into this and really start applying it and act like it, that's when we start seeing shifts in our life. Does it make sense? So I would like to continue with that formula, if you know what I mean. That formula that I mentioned, the 7-step manifestation formula. What is this formula? Like, we talk about manifestation all the time. People talk about manifestation, right? But I want you to start feeling it instead of just understanding intellectually, because really the heart of manifestation, like, what is the heart of manifestation itself? What it is consciousness. It's your consciousness. You need to understand that you cannot manifest this or that if you have that old state of consciousness. And that state of consciousness is absolutely connected to your identity, your concept, self-concept, as Neville Goddard is saying. Self-concept is the key. And so the self-concept is basically, what do you believe about yourself? What do you believe that you are capable of manifesting? What do you believe that you can create? What do you believe, even though the outside circumstances don't look like you want? This is the key. Because if I was constantly paying attention to the outside circumstances, there is no way I would be doing those quantum leaps. Like eventually, me and my husband manifested actually 2 houses. We live in 2 houses, both multi-million-dollar houses. We have 2 beautiful cars. I mean, these are material stuff, right? But I'm giving you an example. Like, there is no freaking way that a girl from Slovakia who moved to US with broken English and $700 in my pocket would manifest this. Do you understand? Like, we're talking like leaps that are not normal. And why? Because I was ignoring that outside reality. So number 1 tip I can give you is completely ignore what is. Like, ignore it. It doesn't matter, because what is right now in your outside reality is a reflection of your old self-concept. Your self-concept, the idea about you, your identity is shifting moment to moment if you allow, if you choose, or it's not. And therefore many people are stuck because they just like so stuck in their self-concept, in that identity that is no longer serving them. That identity that they are not even aware that is not serving them, right? And so for me, like the way I was able to do these leaps, whether it was in private life, manifesting husband like that, right? Like even the baby, like I was late 30s when I had my daughter. So just like that, like the reason was because I did not care how is my outside reality look like right now in this moment. I was not defined by my outside reality. I did not that outside reality define who I am, because I understood very early on. And the more I was actually meditating, the more I was going within, the more I was understanding, like, who am I really? Is that energy? Is that unlimited potential that I am with my conscious thoughts changing and molding into what I want to see. And as I was becoming aware of that energy within me, and I'm talking on experiential level, physical level, literally, as I was in this Vipassana meditation retreat, like I would feel the cells vibrating in my body, like I would feel the energy. And they talk about the small parts, kalapas, that are like, they're like becoming and leaving, like they're like constant movement of this energy within it. So this is exactly what I felt like, and I understood, like, I am not this body, and I am actually this field of energy that I am able to use based on decision, based on my decision, the decision I have right now with intention. And so the more I became aware of this energy and I understood my power, then I was no longer defined by these circumstances, because I understood, like, the reality itself is always a reflection of who we are. Always. The reality always reflects who you are. There is the law of mirror in place. Your world is your mirror, right? You probably heard this before. So the number 1 tip I would give you always is that to manifest what you want is to step into different level of consciousness, and this different level of consciousness is connected to your identity, and your identity is defined by you, nobody but you. And if you feel, and I actually encourage you to become aware of what do you believe about you. Are these beliefs serving me? Because if there is a limiting belief, this is ongoing work. To become aware of these beliefs and then ask this question, is this belief serving me? Or is there another belief that I can possibly insert and trust and believe in this moment? Because you do have that choice. It's not that difficult. So this is about becoming aware of what are my beliefs, what do I believe about me, what am I capable of, what can I manifest or not? What do I believe that I can do in this life? What do I believe that I can have? What do I believe that I can create? And it's actually fun and easy process, because many times when you, for example, see someone who is living the life that you want to live, right? And somehow that person is living it, and you, on the other hand, are observing this person who is experiencing that life, and you feel like, oh yeah, she's the lucky one. Is she? That is the limiting belief that you have. That is the limiting belief that you think that someone is lucky, that you think that someone has better opportunities or circumstances. No, it doesn't matter where you're born. It doesn't matter what is your past. It doesn't matter what worked for you or not. What matters is this moment, how you decide that you're going to continue with this life, with this creation of your life. And so this self-concept itself is connected to that, bunch of ideas and beliefs that you have. But also it is connected to that self that I started to talk about earlier today. Self-love is, in my opinion, foundation of everything. But it's difficult to exercise and practice self-love if we are still coming from this place of separation, because then the question is like, who am I to have this life, right? And then I can tell you, who are you not to have this beautiful life? But still, it is rooted in that limitation, the perception of limitation. But once we understand that we are actually part of source, we are not manifesting alone. We are actually part of God. Our God is within us, whatever you want to say, or source, whatever term you are using. Once you understand that, then you actually know that this is not just about you. Who you really are is that beautiful representation of source in you, original, right? So it's easier to trust source, God, universe. If you cannot trust yourself, trust source, trust that higher power that is within you. And then the more you practice this, the more it's going to be easier. And so the question you can ask yourself is that, what would myself do if I truly, truly believe in myself? If I was truly that representation of my higher self on daily basis, what would I do if I was walking like her, talking like her, acting like her? What would I do? How would my life look like if I was her right now? And then listen to these answers. These answers will come to you. And then the most important thing is this. As you are getting these downloads of how you should act like her, how you should feel like her, how you should behave like her, you need to take action. Here's what most people don't do. They don't take action. And because they don't take action, they get stuck. And actually taking action is that masculine energy, right? I talk a lot about the masculine and feminine energy and the balance of it, because the feminine energy is important, right? Just like masculine energy is important in every single one of us, right? Whether you are a woman or man, doesn't matter, it's important. But many times women who are actually more into their feminine energy, they get stuck because they don't go into that alignment action. They are scared and then they feel stuck. So to manifest whatever it is you want to manifest, based on my experience, because there are people who might tell you otherwise. They might tell you, no, if you're next level, you don't have to do anything. You can just manifest. That's not my experience. My experience is that in the material reality, we manifest with action. We manifest with also taking aligned action. And when I say aligned action, what I mean by that is that the action must be aligned with your new identity, which is the new level of consciousness we talk about. So there is no way that, let's say you're looking outside and you see the outside circumstances and you don't like it and you want to act like your new self. Let's say you are broke. Okay, I can give you an example. Been there, done that many times in my life, right? And I want to manifest more money and I want to really step into shoes of someone who is wealthy. How am I going to do it if my outside circumstances are telling me that I am broke? Well, first of all, you're going to tune into new consciousness, and that new consciousness is that wealth consciousness, right? Someone who is wealthy, someone who has that financial freedom, someone who is fulfilled, someone who feels safe. And you can do this through emotion, through that feeling. You can do it right now. You can do it right now. You don't need to see anything outside of your reality confirming that emotion. That is the beauty, that we can do it right now. And as you are stepping into this new state of consciousness and you feel like it, then the most important question, what can you do to confirm, solidify the new identity by actual aligned action? Aligned action means you act like that wealthy self. You don't act like your old self who is complaining, living in fear, and wondering, how am I going to pay my rent, right? No, you need to act like that new version of you. And once you do actually step into this high level of frequency, which is the new state of consciousness, you're going to get ideas. You're going to get ideas, and I don't know what ideas is going to be for you. Only you will know. These are intuitive downloads that we all are capable of receiving. And you're going to get these ideas, and these ideas will dictate and tell you exactly what you need to do in order to achieve that goal. And that is the moment when most people get stuck, because they think it's crazy. It's crazy to act like that. But the fact is that is the only way how you tune into this different level of consciousness and start acting like this new self. That is the only way. Because that thing, that behavior, that action will define, literally will define whether you are behaving and acting, embodying that new self or not. And you can only see that new reality manifested in front of your eyes when you are living in that state of consciousness as wealthy self. So not only you are living, not only you are being, not only you are vibrating like that person. So in other words, not only you feel like that person, you think like that person, but then you are taking action like that person. But then you relax and you rest assured. Okay, you want me to manifest, you want me to take action, but then you don't want me to be attached. No, I want you to do with intention and with acceptance that it's already done. In other words, it's the level of knowing. I want you to exercise the level of knowing that it's already yours. Because when you exercise the level of knowing that it's already yours, so I don't worry. I just know and I know and I know. And when you have this level of conviction, this level of certainty, that is the level of trust, the level of faith that you need to have to manifest your wildest dreams. And I mean it. And I don't care what area of your life. I mean it. I know it because I've done it. And especially if people tell you it's crazy, especially if people tell you it's impossible, especially if people tell you, who are you to do this? Who are you to achieve this? Right? These are the people. But what if part of you is telling you this, right? With all these lower vibrational thoughts, your old self, because you're going to be hearing this a lot, speaking from experience. And so your job is to say, thank you so much for your opinion, lower self, or whoever is talking to you. I'm going to go this way. And this way is me trusting, living in faith, being 100% certain it's done. And when you are able to literally hold this frequency of knowingness, and you act. So when I say act, let's go back to the example I told you. If you broke, like you can't talk about like, oh my God, like I don't know how I'm gonna pay that rent. Like, oh my God, I only have $500 in my bank account. Like you can't talk like that. Like if you are in that state of consciousness, you ignore your outside reality, and instead you tune into that possibility that you, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? It's just part of that exists. In fact, it does exist dimension. Dr. Joe Dispenza talk about feel, whatever that is, it's the same principle, in my opinion. We are creating from the invisible. And creation from the invisible starts when you have everything in an alignment. When I say everything in alignment, the vision is in an alignment, your desire is there, your belief is there, acceptance of the new reality is there, your intention is there, your aligned action is there. And the most important step, I think every step is important, but I like to say that the last step is the most important, because also most people have issue with the last step, and that is detachment. Detachment is basically control. When you are attached to it, you're still controlling it. You still question it. You are still experiencing the gap between what you want to manifest and what you have manifested. And so to remove the gap is to let go and trust. Let go means that you understand you are not the only one who is creating this. You are part of that intelligence that is creating through you and with you. And so even though the outside circumstances don't look like it, nobody cares. You shouldn't care. I don't care. My clients come to me and they're like, listen, I want to manifest 5 times more money, but my clients are late with payments. This month is not happening. I'm like, listen, doesn't matter. Let's just ignore what is. Because as I say, when you ignore what is, what's happening really? Like what is happening? Your energy is going somewhere. Where your energy, your focus, your intention is going, and your expectation also, that is what you are creating. And so if you're expecting bad month, if you're expecting, late payments, if you're expecting whatever it is that you're expecting, you will manifest it. So your expectation is literally what is manifesting here. And so when I say ignore, I don't mean like be crazy and ignorant and delusional, even though it could mean that, but I don't mean it in a sense that you put your head in the sand and you just like, whatever, I'm checking out. No, what do I mean by that is that you consciously choose to tune into different frequency. That's what I mean. And to ignore what is that is not serving you is to actually choose and tune into frequency that is serving me. That means I am tuning into frequency that I want to use to create that reality. Does it make sense? That is the difference. So in other words, that means to exercise your creative power. So I tell my client, ignore it, whatever, doesn't matter, and you tune into that preferred reality you want to see. And when I say tune, I'm talking about all these steps: vision, desire, belief, acceptance, intention, alignment, and letting go. Simply put, you believe it's done. You have that vision, how you want to see it, how you want to perceive it. You believe it's done. You believe and you accepted it, and it is already done, meaning you have this emotion. You assume this feeling that is already done. And as you assume this feeling that is already done, then as a result, you take different action, very different action. You take very different action if you believe that those clients are paying on time, if you believe that you have a good month, if you believe that things are going well, you take very different action. Your action is full of trust and confidence and that certainty I was talking about. And that action is coming from that sort of future self, aligned self, because that action is confirming that it's done deal. And it's just confirming that new reality that you are affirming. And because of that, you will see different results. Now, in the process, again, I'm going to emphasize this. Let go. Let go. How and when it will manifest. Let go. Because if you hold tight, if you hold so tight to it, like how it's going to manifest, it should already manifest. I'm slowing down the manifestation. Why? Again, because then my ego is interfering, my lower self is interfering. And listen, yes, you are great, you are a creator, you are powerful, but you're not the entire universe. Or maybe, yes, you are entire universe, but at the same time, you cannot predict how it's going to happen, even if you wanted to. Even if you wanted to, like, you can't predict. And also that obsession with the deadline that people have, again, speaking from my experiencing, this is also something that is slowing things down. Like, you can be obsessed with that result to the point that if it happens, I'm good. If it doesn't, I'm going to die. No. So I oftentimes say, people talk about like go all in. And yes, when we go all in, the energy is there. But I don't want you to go to the point that you are obsessed. Like, you are so obsessed that you cannot live your life because it won't happen. Let's talk about relationship, love, like manifesting love. Like, for me, like, it happened when I let it go. Like, when I understood, like, I'm completely good on my own. I'm completely happy on my own. I am completely fulfilled on my own. And that is when I was able to manifest love. That's exactly when I manifested my husband, because I was so fulfilled and happy with my life that I did not need anybody to fill the void. I mean, I finally understood what it means, like, to be proud, to feel happy with me, just me and myself and I, you know what I mean? So when I understood and felt it, then I started to enjoy the time alone. Like, I did not need to be with someone to fill the void. And so what happened? I created this beautiful space around me, this energy that actually manifested him. I felt like I didn't do anything. Actually, I did. I mean, but it was for time being that I was preparing and aligning with that. It was almost like I was just aligning with my next level self that was living in that reality. So it wasn't attachment for sure. And because of that, it could happen so quickly because I was not attached. Like, I was not attached to any engagement, any marriage, like none of that. Like, I was just living my life happy with where I am. And he just appeared. So this applies to every single area of our life. I can see that happening in business. I can see that happening with clients. I can see that happening in anything that you manifest. I saw it happening when we were manifesting the $3 million beach house. Like, we were definitely not attached. Like, we just was like, okay, in our other house. Like, it's not like we need it. Like, it's not like my life depends on it. So it's almost this feeling of, it will be nice if, and it's lovely if, and it's a lovely reality that I know it's mine. It's very lovely parallel reality that I know it's mine. But at the same time, if it doesn't happen, I'm fine. I'm fine. Because I know if it doesn't happen, that I can create again. And I know that even if it doesn't go well, I can still create it again. And I know and I trust the process. And this is also important because many times people talk about the quantum leaps, which also the one who is not real. But there's a beauty behind. You need to take those lessons that you need to learn in the process of becoming that new version of you, because those lessons, those steps that you are learning are necessary for you to then enjoy the next level of consciousness. Does it make sense? So imagine that you just have everything now, like boom, like right now, like immediately. It's like you don't have the opportunity to experience life to the fullest, because to experience life to the fullest is to experience duality as well, is to experience the contrast. So every single experience that you are experiencing, living right now, is there to make you greater person, greater wife, greater mom, greater friend, greater businesswoman, entrepreneur, and so on. And so to actually bribe yourself of that opportunity sometimes is to quantum leap, because then everything happens so fast. The way I manifested my husband, and quickly, like we jumped from relationship to engagement, like we were engaged couple, and then immediately to married life. Like I didn't really have time to enjoy just regular life, two of us as couple, you know, like regular boyfriend, girlfriend, sort of. So it's all relative. That's why I'm telling you this. It's all relative. Like, of course, I manifested it this way because I wanted to manifest it this way. But if you sometimes take longer to manifest this or that, there is a reason for it. And your higher self knows. Your higher self knows. So when you actually look back, like you can see, like it's all connected. Like you are in this moment in time exactly the way you are, because it is somehow serving you. And when you decide that it's no longer serving me and I want to be different identity, you can be that different identity. You can absolutely be the different identity. That different identity is available to you right now by decision. And you will decide when you decide. It's really a decision that you need to make. This is a firm decision you're making right now in this moment. And that firmness of the decision is going to actually activate the new you. So, for example, I remember when I believe it was 5x, 5 times more my income. I did it 3x or 5x. I think it was 5x. This was 2018. I was living in San Francisco. I think I was making probably anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 a month. And I decided, I was in this brand new apartment, gorgeous place, high-rise building, quite expensive, that I want to double my income. And it was a decision that I made. It was such a firm decision that not just I doubled it, like it wasn't tripling. I started to go from, suddenly I was making from 50, I believe it was like 15-ish to 20. But that time, in 6 weeks, I manifested 30,000. I think it was, no, more than that. It was 50K. So my head was spinning. But exactly how I did it, I decided that this reality is no longer serving me. That's it. It was a decision I made. And that decision was so firm that I just was no longer available to that previous reality. So we're talking about state of consciousness, which is the heart of manifestation. My state of consciousness shifted. And of course, I was using affirmation, I was using visualization, everything I'm sharing today, I was applying, like my life depends on it. And I shifted. Same thing happened in my coaching business. I remember this was 2019. Towards the end, I launched it in US. And then I took some break because I had my daughter. But basically, within a year, it was 6-figure coaching. And the year after that, I had 6-figure month. I remember this was 2021, January. And how? Same principle, if you ask me. It was like me not available to that previous reality. It was a shift in consciousness. And when I talk consciousness, again, I'm going to go back to that identity. What do I believe about me? What am I capable of? What is my current reality? Like, how am I feeling as my new self? How am I feeling right now? And that right now is important because all we have is this moment. So it's only this moment that is going to be defining your identity, this moment. That's it. That's it. Does it make sense? So I'm going to actually ask my client to come online because he's not here, and hopefully he won't ignore me. So give me a second. Because we're going to do the testimonial. That's what I want to share with you. So give me a second. All right. And I'm going to just double check if that YouTube is going well, because we are live streaming on YouTube as well. Looks like it's happening. Okay, so everybody, hi on YouTube. Okay. And like I said, tomorrow, let's not forget, tomorrow we're gonna meet 2 p.m. EST. That's when we are meeting tomorrow. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait. I think he's gonna tune in, and I'm gonna continue. All right, so we did talk about the law of vibration a little bit. Okay, we actually didn't. So I'm going to talk about the law of vibration for a bit. So the law of vibration is basically, in my opinion, actually, it's a foundational law that is maybe more important than the law of attraction. Why? Because everything is frequency, everything is vibration, everything is energy. And like attracts like. Like attracts like. And so we do create with that frequency. And so if you are not basically that vibrational match to whatever that you want to manifest, you're just not going to manifest it. That's exactly what Albert Einstein said. Like, match that vibrational frequency to that thing you want to manifest, and it will appear in your reality. Paraphrasing. And so there is no way you can manifest whatever that is you want to manifest if you are not aligned with that frequency of that thing. And this is actually exactly what is law of assumption about. Like, it is talking about that alignment. It is talking about that vibration that you need to be to assume that your reality already means that you are it. That already means that you are vibrating as it. It means that you are being it. And because you are being it, vibrating as it is happening right now, you are becoming that match. So to manifest love, you cannot really feel like you're lacking love. To manifest more wealth, more abundance in your life, you can feel like you're lacking abundance. It's about training yourself right now in this moment to feel abundant, to feel wealthy, to see abundance around you, even though you might not see it in your bank account. And so someone comes to me and wants to manifest quickly, do the quantum leap. The fastest way to do the quantum leap is actually to do small quantum leaps that will add up to create that big quantum leap. And so what do I mean by that is that you, instead of questioning when it's going to happen, why I'm not seeing it, why I'm not manifesting it, why, when, you drop it. And you tune into what is already good in your life, what is already happening in your life. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to, that wealth you already have. And when I say wealth, I don't just talk about money. I don't just mean financial freedom. I'm not just talking about the number in your bank account. I'm talking about true fulfillment and self-actualization in every area of your life. I'm talking about having it all. That is wealth, in my opinion. Having beautiful relationship, family, lifestyle, freedom, fulfillment that you do what you want to do, and you're receiving back energy in form of money for that. I'm talking about having it all the way you want it. That's the wealth I'm talking about. And so to be able to manifest more wealth, is important to actually tune into what is already working in your life. Pay attention to what is working. Again, as you pay attention, you are shifting that energy, and that energy will amplify more and more and more. That's why those smaller quantum shifts will add up to create the bigger quantum shift. Don't focus on what you don't see yet. Ignore and tune into what you want to see, what you want to create. And you do that by tuning into what you already have. Gratitude. Gratitude, very beautiful tool. To talk about that grateful feeling in you, because celebration is that confirmation of gratitude. Celebrate as much as you can. As you celebrate, you are affirming gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Does it make sense? So beautiful, people. I do have Long with us. So we're gonna talk to Long. Long is someone that I absolutely love, adore, and admire. And he came to me, this was 2019, when 2019, he found my book somewhere. I think this was through Dr. Joe Dispenza community. And then we booked a call, and he was like, let's do it. And this guy is also an immigrant like me. Not that I'm promoting immigrants, it's just somehow I attract these immigrants to me. It makes sense, right? But he's also an entrepreneur, and he is very powerful creator. Someone who basically came to the United States with nothing, and also barely speaking English, graduated university, and decided to start his firm, his business. And so he came to me when I think he was at like 10,000 per month or something like that. And and he was a visionary right away. And so he goes like, I would like to do 10,000, not 10,000. I would like to do 100,000 a month. Can we get there? I said, oh my God, imagine you can do 1 million. So Long is now doing 1 million per month, actually anywhere from 1 to 3. We are getting to 3, and we are just getting started, honestly. We're talking about $1 billion business here. And so I do want to bring Long in because I want to show you what's possible. Like, I didn't just want to share my story. Like, obviously people always ask me, like, is it true story? Like, are you for real? Yeah. And I don't just want to give myself as an example. I want to show you Long story and demonstrate by him how this manifestation happened, what he did actually do, what actually he has done in this process to be able to experience such a big quantum leap. And you will find that this is not about anything but your state of consciousness. So Long, are you here? You wanna unmute yourself? You wanna come up? Hi there.
Hey, good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning too. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being that beautiful representation of our power that we all have within us.
Oh, thank you for all your guidance. And the truth, I'm not call her by her last name or first name. What I call you is Miss Angel, because you're truly an angel. Angel is someone willing to help different person without any hesitate. So
well,
thank you
this
for that.
is my calling, that, and I really appreciate what you're saying. And I feel like this is, like I said, like at the beginning of this masterclass, it is my calling, and I do have a gift to see that potential in you that sometimes people they are not able to see, or they are afraid to see. I would say they know it, but they're sometimes afraid. So, all I'm doing is basically holding you responsible to your true image, and that's how we are creating. together. So tell me, where were you? If you can go back, remember the time like you were making 10,000 a month? Where were you, if you can remember, like your state of consciousness or your mindset? Because when you say mindset, I feel like that's not the accurate. Like the accurate thing is to say state of consciousness. Like who were you back then?
So back then when I, when I saw you in the Dr. Joe Dispenza group, when you start to post about introduce your new book, and at that time was like back in 2019 around June, after I opened business about 2-3 months. And yeah, at that moment I only make about 10,000 a month. And my consciousness or mindset at that time is of course, work hard and work harder, and that's who I am, for a long time. And I've been working really hard before I started business. I did 3 years straight, no day off, right? 84-hour week, sometimes work 95-hour week during a spring break. So it's all about hard work. But if you know that, hard work is only 50% of success, and the rest, is more than that. It's all about create from it. And I generate $2 million, but I lost 700,000.
So this was the reality. So you were, and which is very typical. I was there myself. I remember like working hard, immigrant, grinding, hustling, building this law firm. And then I ended up with this anxiety attack. And that was kind of the shift for me when I realized, no, there's got to be a better way to manifest, right? So this is like kind of like the lower state of consciousness where we think that we work hard with the force, we do things, which is very limited. I call it like a linear thinking. You go from
Right.
A to B and you go matter to matter, how Dr. Joe Dispenza says. And so this is what you were doing. And then obviously today you are in a different place, 1 million per month, 3 million per month. It's a very different level of consciousness than $10,000 per month. So there is a gap, right? Like people watching us who will be watching us also, people who are watching on YouTube live stream, they want to get somewhere, right? Like whether they want to shift from being single to relationship, or they want to shift from not having a business to having a business, or having a business to multiplying, 10xing, or 100xing, which is your case, their income.
Right.
You represent that new state of consciousness. And in between, there is this gap. So what has changed? Tell us, what has changed? How did you actually merge the gap? And obviously, I understand, like, this is a difficult question.
No, it's
but if you can just like come up, like what's flowing through
it's
you? What is
a process, right? I mean, even at that time, you try to change my mindset or belief system. And, I would get it from social media, my family, cultures. And even I argue with you, no, it's not right, right? And, that's how, the mindset it react, try to clean on old belief. So, and on top of that, you would say with me that we cannot stay in two both at the same time, because, it's not stable. So either we do it 3D way or 5D, you cannot, you keep jumping back and forth. So in order for that big gap is a, like I said, process that either we have faith or we have fear. So if we have faith and we trust our intuitions, so it starts with very feeling small voice, and the more we trust, the more we work, and it's become a new belief, a new habit, a new instant action that we can take. But before, so mostly based on intuition, where we take action based on our own belief, and we see they're not working. Like for me, I work very hard, I grow, I have like from 1 employee to 30 employees, but I lost money from the first year, 100,000, and then second year 200,000, and then next year is now 400,000. Even I have worked with SpaceX and all that big company, but the more work hard, the more money we lose, because we're not aligned. What we see, which is based on our limit belief or experience in this lifetime, very small, but the universe is vast, and know everything out there. So the moment we can trust and connect to the source outside, it's all about the faith that we have. When we have faith, we cannot have fear. But most people, we live this world, all the normal desire of the body is react. They try to protect us from the worst case. So it's always come. Anything happen, it will think to it will go to the worst case. Can we survive that or not? And if based on law of attraction or vibration, if we constantly visit the worst place, guess what? We will stuck there. So for me, it's more about, yeah, of course, it meditation. You teach me all about eat right, drink a lot of water, get rest, because only way to connect to higher power is when we center, when we at peace, when we so we can listen, because God really always, universe really always can communicate with us, but are we at peace to listen or not? That's the main thing. So yeah, from who I am today, from the first year we generate 380,000. Right now we generate last year $6.66 million. Currently we generate more than $7 million this year already. So that's just like literally more than 5 years and a couple of months, right? And um, if with your permission, later on I can show them the building behind my. I sit in my new office right now with the buildings behind me that we manifest. When I work with you, I put out a building, 50,000 square foot building, and my employee would say with me on last Saturday, hey, Long, what the picture you showed me come true. And literally come true, a little bit bigger, 56,000 square foot building. So I'm instead of moving from the old units we rent over there to our new building, new house. Everybody really excited about it.
Amazing. So it is about changing your beliefs and changing your identity and being centered and in peace. Because when you are not in peace, you're running around like crazy. You can really hear your thoughts, not even thoughts. You can really hear that intuition, which is the divine guidance.
Right.
And to be able to hear that divine guidance is to be centered and still. So that's why the meditation practice is so important. And not just meditation, but obviously the lifestyle you have, sleeping, eating, drinking water, organic food, and so on, taking care of your body. So absolutely. But there is a shift of your own self, like your own ability to trust in you. That is the shift that you achieve with yourself, like perfectly. And so, like, if you can, like, maybe define it, like what was it that you did to be able to shift? Like, how did you start creating from the 5D rather than from 3D? Because at the beginning you were creating more from 3D, and then you shifted to 5D creation. Like you were more like using the quantum manifestation and ignoring the current circumstances.
So first thing I want to clarify that we will create from 3D, nothing wrong. Right. I mean, we have to be patient and have to learn a lot of things, knowledge, and we have to read the book, follow different people. It takes a lot of time. So for me, the turning point is I have to face my fear, because at that moment when I lost, after 3 years, $700,000, even my wife told me that, hey, honey, either you make money this year or you shut down everything, go home, watch the kid, I go work, right? So I have no place to go, and I in the verge of bankruptcy and $1.7 million in debt at that moment. So I have no choice left, where the fear I have to face is let go 50% customer that they very good customer, which means good customer to the point that they nice, they communicate, they pay on time, but we don't have profit. So we have to let go 50% of those where we afraid, because all that customer want a belief system is hard to get. And one affirmation you say with me, hey Long, just put the affirmation and calendar, repeat, new connection, make anytime, anywhere. Right. And I've started to, listen to that. And then that part of it, and then another part is employees, where I have to let go more than two-thirds of my employees, which means 18 people. I only keep the best 12. And out of 18, yeah, same thing, good employee, but they scrap, they don't perform, they're not, we have to do what to do, and I'm afraid to lose them too, but I have to face it. And right after we let go of all those face no fear, and new opportunity come, new customers, and we keep the best of customer, the best of employees, and things start to turn around. So in order, after that, I have a saying is, business is not charity, because I'm a good person. I can say that because I help a lot of people, but I right now only able to keep the best team member. If they work, they take care of themselves, they take care of the company, we keep them. But if someone, it can become like bad apple if they don't perform well, and we worry about their
Yeah.
family. If we let them go, how they can fit their family, common sense. But the truth is, it's not our job to fit their family. It's their job to fit their family. If they don't love their family enough to fit their family, and even God not interfere with our life. God only give guidance.
Yeah.
And for us, we have to do the work, trust,
Absolutely. So what
and
you're
everything
telling
will
me is
turn
like
out
all
okay.
these shifts that you were sort of forced to do, and obviously you also wanted to do. These are the changes you need to do, realignment, right? Now, this requires faith and trust. And so for you to be able to do that, for you to be able to actually create from 5D, would you agree that the faith, that cultivation of faith, in other words, trust in you and the universe, is the most important part? And ignoring the material reality and switching to the invisible is pretty much connected to that faith in you, the belief in you?
Of course, we live in 3D, so it's slow, so we can't experience things. It take time with time, even illusion. So we live in the 3D world, so we cannot really separate from, we will only have faith, it not work, right? So faith, it will be proof. Even Dr. Joe Dispenza said, God, give me some proof, right? So which means when I have faith, I make my decision in faith, and I will ask God, give me some sign that I'm moving in the right direction. So for me, if someone asks me, how do I know the right decision or not? It's very easy. If we do something, and we get a lot of help from different people, and people, which mean from the universe. Universe or God only work through people. Opportunity come through people, through who we are. So which means we cannot separate between faith and connection to the 3D world, where we can see the side from the bird, see the side from, thing it go. Of course, challenge is there, but some stuff like for the first 3 year, I still have faith that I know I'm doing okay, but I listen to it less, and I would like 90% or 80% more on the working hard, do everything, try by myself. And I realize it's not work. And then, I have to sit down and, okay, this way not work. Let's try different. Because I'm a mechanical engineer, my background engineer, we always find solution.
Right. Which is
I'm not
also
sure
very
that
analytical.
answer.
It's
Right.
very analytical. Like for me, being an attorney, trained to be very analytical, for us, like in one way, it's good. We can gather the information and analyze it. But then this is the exact opposite of what we are talking about here. We're talking about surrender. We're talking about letting go and understanding that you're not the only one creating
Right.
here. You're part of the bigger intelligence, and that is helping us to surrender and let go of that control that is pretty much blocking us from creation of what we want to see. So with these big quantum shifts and leaps, like it is a lot of surrender. And I know that because obviously I've been there with you. And so it was oftentimes about you surrendering to your new self. That's exactly what we are doing now, right? Like you are surrendering to your new self, which is the $3.3 million per month version. And then we're going to be shifting to 10 million, which is the surrendering to your new version. And to surrender to the new version, you have to let go of everything that is not serving you in between. Let it go, because you can't sit in two chairs. You can't be sitting in that old self and be acting, feeling, talking like that old, be able to make deals with Elon Musk. SpaceX is one of your clients and other giant players in the market. Like there's no freaking way you can be that version of you with that small thinking, small feeling. I call it small feeling.
Right.
My own expression. right? Because that is that lower state of consciousness. So really what this is, this manifestation, when we really look at it, it's that consciousness. It is you who is discovering you, who is finding you, who is coming to you back home. That is the heart of manifestation. And so now imagine that someone is like you. Someone wants to be like you, right? Like we talk about business success, the wealth, all the possibilities you created. And someone is at the beginning of their journey, or maybe in the middle, but they want to be like you. What would be your advice to them?
So the advice, is all about the values, right? No matter what we talk in 5D or 3D or different vibration, but it's all about the value that we create. So as we know, we children of God, how we believe it, but our soul come from same place. So which means we're here to work together with the earth, whoever helping us right now to have a higher frequency, higher state consciousness. So in 3D world, which means if anything we do that can have value for people. So I just give example yesterday to my manager. So if we make a product or do any service that just profit $1 per product, but for right now in the earth over 5 or 7 billion people. If we can reach 7 billion people, that way we profit $7 billion money already. So it's not about money. It's not about, well, everything will come after we can create values. If there's no value, no market, no matter what we do. If we just selfish and worry about us and our family only, employees, customers, no one, if they don't see their benefit, they won't work with us. And it's maybe we win one time, not lifetime. So what we want to create is generational wealth, something that live behind, something that benefit multiple people. And that where people will join together, shake hand and work together, because that's the value wherever we see it. And of course, love's the law, right? Love ourselves, love each other, not hurt each other. So from there, the world will shift slowly by changing ourselves, our belief, and things will start to go.
So you're talking about going beyond yourself. Like don't just focus on your selfish vision, focus on bigger vision that is beyond. Because when you focus on bigger vision that is beyond, that is actually pulling you and it will manifest faster because it's not just about you. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, like for me, I have a calling back in 20 years ago where I was still in college that, hey, long help the orphan kid, hey, long help the old people who cannot work, hey, long create job for people. Because in my working field right now, CNC machine shop is, if I can give them a career, they work better, they can take care of their family, right? So what I'm saying is we need to merge our vision together with God vision, the universe or the world. We don't have to change anybody else. We just have to change ourselves, become a better. We love ourselves more. We don't stay late, sleep early, and 5 year goal, 10-year goal. It's just like us and our family, or it benefit anyone. For me, is like right now, most of my goal is come true. I create job for right now 55 family over here. I've been helping thousands of people, which means clients, vendors. I train a lot of people changing life, right, and helping charity. And guess what? Everything got put together. Even the call right now we have right now, or the coaching we just have is a calling. You will reach out to me, and I thinking about you 2-3 weeks before, and it's all connect. But
Yes.
if we just think about us, hey, we want a beautiful house, nice car, nothing wrong with that. The slave mindset that we get rich, people suffer, no longer available. It's done.
Yeah,
Now it's
I agree
about
with you. It's faster manifestation when we are applying the law of one, which we understand like we are all one. Because when you are doing it for other people, you helping other people, it's faster. It's like the universe is backing you up when you're doing it. When you are in service for others, like it's the principle of the universe. Love is the highest law, and so that totally makes sense to me. But then many times, when you are actually in that lower state of consciousness, this survival, let's talk about the survival state of consciousness. It's hard to talk about, think about other people. It's hard to think about giving back if your cup is empty. Like your cup needs to be full to flow, to be in overflow. If the cup is empty, it's hard to tune into how I'm going to be giving. And so what would you advise to those people? Because as you really look back, like first you do it for you and then you do it for others. That's a shift of consciousness, but that can happen when your cup is full. And therefore even self-love is the foundation here, because you can love other people if you don't take care of you, if you don't love yourself. Like you really need to first take care of you, and then you can have that full cup so you can give. And so what would you tell to those people, like who are in this state of consciousness? This is their place right now, and they're not going to be building and helping charities if they cannot take care of themselves. You know what I mean? It's hard.
I mean, I know it's always hard. Otherwise, this will be totally indifferent state already, right? But if you see it right now, it much better, much kinder, more loving compared to, World War One war, World War One, World War Two war, right? I mean, it was. So in order to, for me, from little kid, already kind person, already always giving. So come back to what you said is correct. I have to come back and love myself. But my nature is about giving already.
Right.
Not taking. No matter what in the world, I see that they teach predators. Yeah, it is. I go work my business. I see a predator. They just want money. Nothing wrong with that. But for me, I have to work on my cup, fill it up, overflow. I learned my lesson. But if someone out there, you haven't have the heart to give, and you're afraid that you don't have enough to give, which means you don't have faith.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
So the thing about this one, from the dad and mom work together from one cell and become a body, a baby. Come on, the heart is created for, beat first, and then the other organ follow. And then we walk, and we cannot do anything with the survive to survive. And guess what? We still grow up. We still fight, right? But we've been brainwashed by society that we disbelieve that we don't have power, and the system believe that no matter what we make, the more we make, the more we spend, because it's never enough. That they've already put the seed inside of us that greedy, always want more and more. Not about self-contained. We have to be self-contained first. To be honest, I always look back, man. I'm lucky to still have my two eyes right now to see. Some people, they don't. I still can walk, be my own. That's why it's about appreciate. You always have to start with appreciate what you have, because it doesn't matter. Like right now, you asked me before 10,000 a month. Right now, $1 million. Am I happier? No. If I don't shift my belief, I have more money right now. I just worry about how to keep my money, or I might overspend, because I have, when it get bigger and we don't have enough belief system to manage the money, and then we keep spending more. What happened to people win the lottery?
Right.
They don't have the backup belief. They have $1 million, $5 million, and then after 2-3 years, it happened. They broke even deeper in debt, because they don't know. They don't have
the wealth consciousness to be able to manage the money, because this is not about what is in your bank account. It's about who you are now.
Right. So you can become entrepreneur or not important. What important is how you take care of yourself, how we take care of our family, how we treat different people around us, our co-worker. When we at the job, or we stay there because of the job that give us the money, we leave that job, we're afraid that we don't find anything else. So in the moment right now, the one thing that we don't have faith in God, in higher power that make our heart beat, after 7 years, every organ, even the bone, is replaced new, right? So that's a miracle right there already. And what are we looking for? So even that belief that God take care of everything, and we don't have that belief, and of course, trust me, don't have to waste your time try anything, because the first thing you have to do is appreciate what we have. Appreciate for the sun is the water, everything have to be right with gravity. Even if higher or lower, we be float, or we cannot do anything. So everything is perfect for us. Life is beautiful. The moment we don't appreciate what we have, no matter what we have more, it's just more chaos, because we just sell our soul for evil. And what good come from that? We just more deep in fear. And guess what? The more, so we have energy inside of us. So either we fit for a higher purpose, help keep this for a better place, or we fit the fear to whoever that different entity being that being fit, because they what they do is manipulate us. So we stuck in fear, so we can feed them, they grow larger. So which side? I know this is kind of out there, but I want to throw it out there. I mean,
You are
we
not
can choose,
afraid.
our
Well,
side, right?
you're not afraid. So, it's very, very true, everything you said, because, and I love when you said that actually there's no excuse to think about other people, and especially when you believe in your power. Like when you are in your power, then there is no excuse. And that is actually when you are affirming that identity you want to be, who is also here for others, open heart. And that person certainly is helping other people. It's not just selfish.
Right.
Because this is all about service. This is because there is oneness. We like it or not, it is there. And so if you are like selfishly living your life inward and you don't open up, and it's very difficult to even build business and success, right? Like it's all about that exchange of energy in every sense. And so as you are open and you are giving, and I know that, like you were always someone with big heart. Like this is you exactly the same. Like I don't see you differently. All I see is actually more fine-tuned version of you who is really more self-loving. But in terms of helping other people and giving, you were always like that. This was never your problem. You were first thinking about people first. And actually we had the opposite problem. We had to like switch that, putting others on pedestal, and understand like, hello, self-love is important. Like you can serve others to that level you want to serve them if you don't take care of yourself first. So this was the shift you did, and now you are actually more in a place where you have strong boundaries, firm, healthy boundaries that allows you to be of service even on that next level that you wanted to be, always wanted to be. And like I said, we are just getting started. Like there is a work to do. That shifts that you are about to start and see, and manifest things that you are manifesting. Like we're talking like big things in life. So I love it. Is anybody who has a question please, you can pose the question. And if you feel like you can show us the facility, I know you are very proud. I'm very proud. So show us this facility as a proof of manifestation. We're talking physical manifestation for those who are not believers.
Yeah, before I show that, I want to sum it up, because I know, what I go through is 5 years. What I manifest in 5 years, people take maybe 100 years, 2,000 years to do it, because, because of state of consciousness. Because in my business is people have about 10, 15, 20 machines. It's considered a large machine shop already. I have over 100 machines right now. And some machine is $800,000. Some, over $1 million. And some, a couple of hundred. So I give you that idea, like how much money.
That's the context, of course. We need it.
And to sum it up, everything it's all about, if we cannot change our belief, nothing will change. But it's from the belief, it's formulated from how we thought, how we think. And how we think, if we will connect with our feelings. So thought, feelings, and belief is that what we need to be pay attention on. If we don't change all of those to shift from who we are today to the new version of where we want to be, that comes with the choice in the middle. So the moment we still, act automatic, after 95% of our belief or our action is automatic, subconscious. You can research on that. I just read online, but, backed up by scientists. So which means when we face the choice and we still love the old version, of course, the body is in comfort zone. There's nothing wrong with that. We stay there, we not die. Even it suffer, even it hurt, even it lack. The new version, we have to let go a lot, let go of family member, let go of relationships, set boundary. It hurt. It hurt right now, but, no pain, no gain. So the new version, we have to make a choice to shift. And of course, it comes with a price. And I pay a lot of price, no regrets. It's all good, it's all beautiful. Anyway, let me show you the facility. And, you have any question, I'm here, it's better to be a living example, right? So
absolutely. There is no such a thing as like showing the truth.
I sit in the second floor right now from my office. And this is one facility. We have another one like this right here overside on this way. And I will build another one, on the east side too, in probably 1 to 2 years. So we can generate a job for over here around 300 or 400 people. And
Wow.
if you can see it's very far away, but anyway, that to give you guys an example of, I just start with one employee, right? And right now we have over 55 employees.
Wow. Wow. Now tell us, how did you manifest Elon Musk as a client very quickly? And then we're going to slowly wrap up.
Okay. For client, I share with you already is with your guy already that are all about, affirmation. So with subconscious is habit. So with the neutron, if we don't use something, and is we forget about it, right? Like if you ride a bike, for me it's the same thing, right? I mean, last time was like 2 weeks ago, I would ride a bike again, and I wobble because I haven't ride for 5 years. So for us to create, we just have to focus on the new habit and create it, and just repeat. With the client, same thing. I listen to your guidance, and I put new client, new connection, come out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
The universe
Well,
got my
not
back.
out of nowhere. Hello, Elon Musk has a certain frequency. There is no way you can match that frequency if you're not on that frequency, right? So this happened like when? Like a month ago, you manifested Elon, something like that?
Yeah, so for Elon Musk, 3 new big clients, is in last three weeks. But I have over 100 clients in my field. People maybe have 5 or 10. But with Miss My Angel helped me right here. Miss Angel helped me, and I was able to attract client through Google review website. Right, it's organic. I don't have to pay anything. So with that, we attract our most biggest client. Been with us for 2 years. Last year they give us about $5 million. Right, this year about 7 or 8. Right. I'm not
There is
sure
a
that.
question. There absolutely was a great answer.
Okay.
There is a question for you. How did you shift your identity to where you are now? I know we kind of answer it, but like maybe you can still sum it up like briefly.
So to sum it up, the first thing first, make sure you sleep well. I don't care what we do. I mean, exercise, drink, don't eat a lot of oil. I mean, bad food, anything. The body don't like it, don't do it. So that first thing is behind that is self-love, right? So if we cannot love ourselves, we cannot love the other people, right? Which means, for example, that on the day that I'm tired, I don't get enough rest, a lot of stress. And guess what? I yell at my children, like, oh, who is that? It's not me. I pick it up from different people that they act like that, and I stop myself, pull myself back, and get some rest, right? And of course, we have to focus on the new version of ourselves, like where we want to be, right? So which means for me, I shift from 100K to 250 to $1 million right now, 3.33. So the funny thing is, you and me, we're working on $2 million a month, and like,
maybe didn't like it.
Been a year.
Like, no.
Yeah, it feel off. And after a year, I changed to 3.3, and it clicked. And guess what? Yesterday, I get this ring, right? It's a dragon right here. And they have 3 dragons. So which means 3 building, right? I have 2 right now. We build 1 more.
There you go. So you have to
And
feel good. So you have to feel good when you're shifting into your new identity. You make sure that that identity feels good.
it has to click.
It has to click. Like,
Which
and
means
it
if it
clicks when
click,
it's
right.
yours. Like, I believe when
Right.
it clicks when it's yours, and it's that parallel reality you are living right now, and you are just tuning into that parallel reality. That's when it clicks. That's how you know it's yours.
So guess what?
If you don't feel it, don't force yourself to go there.
Right, there you go. So guess what? Why I'm out in school, or when I was little, look at sky, who I am, why I'm here. I ask all the question. Why I'm in school, looking for help in Korea, often how in Vietnam, India, Africa, right? Why I help people. Who are that? What that voice, what that thought come from, right? Come from our soul, come from our ancestor, come from angel, God that help want to guide us, which means they already know that will come. But are we willing to choose that road, to take action to sacrifice, to do a lot of things to move to that direction or not? Do we have faith to take that first step? Everything should one step at a time, not Rome. What I said, Rome not built overnight. I mean, that's what I mean. Everything little by little. Win some, lose some. For example, for me, my goal is sleep before 11, because after 11, nothing good come, because body need to detox and do
taking care of
everything.
yourself is step one. Step two would be now really tuning into that vision, desire that you truly want. And not
and if it make sure it feel good, make sure it makes sense, make sure it click, because the feeling, the sixth sense, intuition is like, oh man, maybe it rained today. I don't listen. Guess what? I go outside, get rain. Right. So it's just something like that's small voice. So if we do something and click the vision, and then that go for it. But if we see the vision, and if, how many people can benefit from it? If many people can benefit from it and do it, and we see only us, I mean, which mean me, my family, trust me, normally nothing good come out of it, because less people will support us, and less people will share the joy with us. Like right now, I create this company with 55 female family right now. Guess what? They're here with me. Not just this, with all my vendor. I'm moving right now, under moving process. A lot of people help me out. And that's my hey, Long, you move in the right direction. Right.
So basically you were taking action as the new self. That would be step 3. Taking action as the new self while thinking of others.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So we can sum it up in like, first is like, take care of yourself, self-love, number 1. Number 2 would be tuning into that vision that it really excites you. It clicks, like, it's yours, almost, like, not almost, it's yours. That's how it's your reality. Like it feels good. Like, yeah, this is me becoming me. And then step 3 is you take action. So you're not afraid to actually invest, buy property, buy this giant warehouse or whatever manufacturing hall you have, like all these machines, like crazy expensive. Like you're not afraid to take a loan and like really invest, because you trust that vision, and because you're not afraid, like you are in complete faith. You take action from this aligned place, which is your future self, by the way, not that old one who was making $10,000. And as you are taking this aligned action that seems crazy for the outside world, you are reaffirming the new identity. And as you are reaffirming the new identity, guess what happens? Outside reality is showing you that, hello, here are the results. But you have to literally keep these steps going, because without aligned action, without trusting like it's yours, without complete faith, and without thinking of other people, it's very hard to manifest this level of success and wealth.
And the last step is keeping me going is, always open to see the side and appreciate that. So which means when I move in this one, it cost me about $1 million. And I bought this building with 12% interest on our finance. When I get like credit, 10%. So with double interest. But how much faith I have, it put everything in faith, right? So what keep me going is, okay, the air compressor guy willing to help me pay later. 90 days, normally I have to pay upfront, right? And from 30 days, or the mover with machine rigger, right? So although little side or someone, hey, Long, here 35,000 check, right? Because I helped him before, he helped me back, hey, Long, here 100,000. My wife, my dad, my mom, parent-in-law, right? So all that's right there is the side. Perfect. That, hey, you will say, hey, Long, children, son, don't worry, I'm here, I got your back. Right. And then guess what? When we start to tune into, oh, thank you very much, I appreciate that. And we have the energy, it all come back to step 1, take care of ourselves. But when we appreciate, we feel good, and we have energy, we continue to go. But if we don't appreciate what we have, nothing matters, because we will run out of energy soon. And guess what? And we come back to survival mode. And guess what? We're not creating anymore, and we create from fear. And guess what? More fear. It's circle.
Thank you so much, Long. This was so beautiful, and I cannot wait to bring you in when you have the 10 million per month. That's what we're gonna bring you again, and we're just gonna show other people what's possible. And I cannot wait. So thank you so much for coming. And I know that many people absolutely enjoy this. Many people will be watching from replay. So I absolutely love your energy and I love what you were able to create. And I cannot wait to see how you will continue growing and manifesting the impossible. So thanks again.
Perfect. Yeah, just give me 30 seconds. Thank you very much to give the last word to sum it up to, anyone listen right now or later. First, I want to thank you, my angel right here that go through a lot, suffer a lot to be a living example, right? I mean, come from the love and pass on the love from the, both. And the second thing is congratulations to anyone listen right now or later, because I want that person listen to anything that my soul calling for over 15 years, 20 years, not just one day, one night, one video. Now it's a sum it up of everything. And we're taking action. And I give you guys a hint that every time you stress, anytime you lose faith, the truth is we're here temporary. We're here to experience. And what kind of life we want to experience? Who no one can force it, even God, even Buddhists, even Buddha or Jesus cannot force it and do anything. It's up to our choice, which hand we want to take. We go to this side, evil, or we go with the higher vibration, with community, what kind of, image we want to leave behind for our new generation, right? Because here it's just a game that we want to play. What character we want to play. Nobody forces us. We choose. And guess what? We fail right now or we don't make it. It's okay. We always come back. So many reincarnate many times. But why you have to do it again? Why you can't do it now? Why have to wait for tomorrow? When right now it's a new day, new beginning. Everything refreshed after 24 hours. It's okay. Yesterday we screw up because, okay, what can we learn from it? And then, okay, tomorrow, yay, the sun go up. I become a different person. I fail, step up again. And any people who success, guess what? They fail so many times. Thomas Edison, we have the light bulb right now 10,000 times. And what he said, I'm not fail. It's not working. It's learning experience. But anyway, thank you very much for the time. And
that's beautiful. Thank you so much for saying that, because that is so true. Like failure is just a stepping stone to your next level of manifestation. So take it as a blessing in disguise. So absolutely couldn't agree more, honestly. Thank you again, Long. Thank you so much.
All right. Love your guy and thank you.
Love you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
so guys, I'm just gonna answer. There is a question, one question from Diane, and then slowly we're gonna wrap up today. And tomorrow we're gonna tune back. We're gonna see each other at 2 o'clock. 2 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time Zone. So not to come at the same time. I won't be here. So I'm going to answer this question very quickly, and then slowly we're going to wrap up. And of course, those who did not show up live today, you are getting a replay, or maybe you left early, you are getting a replay via email. If something you didn't get, you can email at office@marietaoslanek.com and you will get that replay for sure. You can also find replay on YouTube in section live stream. Live, I think it's a section live, and it is streaming on YouTube as well, and it will stay on YouTube. Like, I don't intend to remove this class, so it will be there. All right, so what do you think? Diane is asking me, what do you think about many put there the opposite? What do you want to manifest and clean the opposite? For example, when I want to not have the wealth, when I want to continue in good relationship, I have to say, I do not have good relationship. I had a coach who said that to me before. It's from shamanism, and many other coaches say it. They say there have to be no resentment. What we want to manifest. Okay, I agree, Diane, I agree. What they are saying is that there should be no resentment, because if you resist something, it persists, and that resentment is going to basically slow down the manifestation. So if you resist the fact that you are single, for example, or if you resist the fact that you don't have money, you're tuning into that energy of resentment, which is the lack. And as you are tuning into that energy of lack, resentment, guess what you're manifesting? You're affirming that resentment. But let me tell you, I don't agree. This is the first time I'm hearing this, to be honest. And I had different coaches over the years. I invested a lot of money into different programs. I never heard this before, that I should be speaking to myself that the opposite, the negative of what I want to affirm. So to be honest, this is a backwards approach, in my opinion, because why would you waste your energy to speak something, to affirm something that you don't want? In my opinion, it's a waste of time and energy. Why would you even do that if you can actually switch into that new reality, exactly what we were talking about today, into that new identity, which equals new state of consciousness, which your energy will define, by the way. So not to resent your current state of reality. The way you not resent your current state of reality is just drop it. Like drop that identity. Like decide consciously. And I was giving you that example of me 5xing my income. And by the way, I've done this many times, like 3 or 4 times already in my businesses. We're talking multiple different businesses, not just like coaching and not just like law firm, right? Like, and I saw it in clients in different businesses. The idea is to consciously decide to drop your current reality. Your current reality is connected to your current identity, and your current identity is connected to that current state of consciousness. You don't have to go into negative and affirm something that does not serve you. You should be affirming and assuming new reality. So the question is, how would you feel right now in this moment if you already experienced that reality? Wealth, like define wealth for you, define it. And then how would you feel if you already have that wealth, whatever that means for you? Write it on a piece of paper. Right? And tune into these emotions of how would you feel? How would you feel? And then listen and open up, and your higher self will tell you what action you need to take. But this guidance, this intuitive guidance, will only come when you are still, centered, and when you trust that it's already yours. Like you have to fully accept that this is your new reality. Like you belong there into this new reality. You need to know that. You need to know that, and that is connected to that faith. And so when you know that, when you step and tune into this frequency of that new reality, and you are stepping into shoes of her, how would you feel? How would you act? What would you do on daily basis? How would your life look like on daily basis? What would you do in your business if you are an entrepreneur? These are the questions to be asked, and then act like that, and affirm this every single day. You can use affirmations, you can do visualization, you can do meditation. But basically, be convinced it's already done, because your desire to be wealthy is already done. It's in parallel reality already existing. This is existing reality for you out there in different timeline. Otherwise, it would not even appear to you as your desire. It appears to you as your desire because it already exists. Like for me, like I always knew I'm going to have multiple residencies. Like I always knew I'm going to have multiple houses. I always knew I'm going to have a beautiful relationship with my husband, supporting, successful man, but also powerful on his own. And I'm going to have this relationship. I always knew I'm going to be a mom. So when someone told me in the past, like, you cannot be a successful lawyer and be a mom and be a good wife, like, and have a happy relationship, I'm like, no way I'm going to manifest this. This is what I want. I'm claiming it because I feel it's mine. And I'm feeling it through my heart. Like it can be logical. It has to come like this inner sense of knowingness is here. This is how you know it's here, right? And that's how you claim it. You claim your life. Nobody will do it for you. You have to do it for you. And so don't listen to this. I don't know what kind of technique is this. I just don't resonate with it, in my opinion. And like I said, I never heard it before. So this is my input. Hopefully it helps. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. EST time zone. All right? You are so welcome, Diane. So much love and light, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, evening, or whatever time zone you are in, like a replay, whatever time you're in.